On today's episode, we're going to find out if we can remove one of these with this. I don't know if you can or not, but we're going to find out. Meat. If you have ever changed out the clutch on an old manual transmission on your hot rod, then you know exactly what this is. This is going to be your pilot bearing. And they can be a bear to get out depending on how long they've been installed and how well pressed in they are. So there are tools that you can put in there and pull them out. I don't have one. Last year I changed out the pilot bearing here in the vet, and I tried to use grease to get it out, and that just made a big mess. So the theory behind it is that you got the bearing in the back of the block, and there's a little cavity behind it, and you pack something into the back of it, and then you get something that fits nice and tight on the inside of the bearing, and you're going to pound on it and add more and more of whatever that is, grease, spread, putty, whatever, and basically it's going to hydraulic the bearing out of the block for you. I've seen people online talk about it. Maybe they're messing with me with the bread. I don't know. Maybe. But we're going to try it, and we're going to see if the bread trick actually works. I'm a little hopeful on this one. I think it will work. I don't expect it's going to be a horrible pain to get this pilot bearing out because I just changed it 1 year ago. So it's not like it's rusted in place or anything like that. The first step I think is going to be to get in there and find something. Maybe this extension will be the right size of the old bearing to where I can put in and maybe run some electrical tape around it to get a tight seal. This is the new bearing going in, by the way. Yeah. So, all right, let's get under there. Let's check it out. Let's see what we can do. All right. So here's what I found. That extension was a little bit too fat to go through in that pilot bearing. But I did find this tool, probably from putting together something from IKEA, and I wrapped a little bit of electrical tape around it so that it's a nice tight fit in there. Okay, so now we're going to start packing some bread in there. I sure hope this isn't just some big joke. They're going in the internet's gonna be laughing at me. Why'd you put so much bread in your engine? You needed some more carbs? Alright, that's probably not enough, but I gotta make some room. More bread. Alright, let's pack some more in there. I might need something a little bit better to hit this with. Alright guys, I found something different. I found the spline plug from when I installed this pilot bearing, or this clutch last year. I just cut the ring off the end of it so I can hit it with a hammer. That should be a nice tight fit. So let's whack on it with this. Get my creeper back in so I'm not just rolling away. Come on, bread. Work your magic. It's all coming out the sides. that. She ain't coming at all. Alright, is this a myth busted? No, I'm not giving up. I feel like this should work. Alright, I am reattacking this problem the next day. Been thinking about it, and I watched a YouTube video. And so I know this job is possible, because if YouTube says it, it's got to be true. Am I right? But I think that the plug that I was using to hammer this in, this little guy, it's plastic. And I feel like I just can't get enough force onto it because it wants to bounce back. So I went and I got a big old bolt. And I grounded it down so that it's the right size, so that it's going to fit right in there. Okay? I also think that I'm not using enough force on this. Okay? So I'm at a disadvantage because I'm on jack stands underneath the car. I think I'm going to have to put a whole heck of a lot more beanie weenies into this to get it to work, if I expect it to work. So I'm going to move up again from the plastic hammer to the small sledge to the bigger sledge, and we are going to whale with everything we got into the back of this and hope we don't break our crank and knock my car off jack stands, but you know, good enough for government work. Okay, and then after that we're gonna give up. Two hands. Shut up. Did that just work? You gotta be kidding me. And my bread's all stale from sitting out all night, so I gotta go grab another slice. Be right back. Let's do a little bit more bread in here. Let's see if this will help get this out. It's coming out. I can't believe that. That's all it was. It just needed something a little bit harder to hit with. That bolt. There we go. Look at that, guys. Boom. She's out. Now I just gotta get all that bread out of the back of my crankcase. Alright guys, there you have it. Myth confirmed. If you want to remove a pilot bearing out of the back of your vehicle and you don't have the puller tool, a piece of bread can do it. Now a couple things. Don't want to use, so I thought that the clutch alignment tool was going to work. I've heard people call it by another name, but I don't know anything about that. It's plastic, so there's just too much bounce back out of it. It's not really doing anything. It's not transferring your power, so not that. What you want to do is go get yourself, in my case it was a big 5/8 bolt, and then I went and sanded it down a little bit to take the sharpness off of the threads until it fit perfectly in there, and just center home with the sledge. And honestly, once I had the right tools in hand, it was only a couple of hits and that thing was out. I mean, you saw it. So put that there. The only other thing you need is a good piece of pocket bread, Wonder Bread. Now, this is important. Don't use pumpernickel. Don't use rye or wheat or any of those fancy California breads. Wonder Bread. All right, good old piece of Wonder Bread. This is stale. Well, it's good. I'm gonna make a sandwich. Tune in next time. Thanks, guys.